Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here at Mystic Fitness, outdoors on Victory Field. So today will most likely be our last outdoor 9 a.m. class. We're getting some snow tomorrow, so tomorrow we will most likely be inside the studio for 9 a.m. We will continue to stream all of our 9 a.m. classes for you, whether they're inside or outside, so you can always join us virtually. And we do also have a beautiful outdoor class this Saturday at 4 on Halloween with Michelle. So please come out and join us then. Get some delicious Halloween candy before or after your practice, whichever you like best, maybe a little of both. So make your way into a place that feels right for you. You can sit down. I think I'm going to sit with my legs crossed in front of me today. So you can find this same position, or you can sit back on your heels. Start to let yourself settle in to a space that feels good for you. And we'll let our eyes gently close. Just start taking some breaths in and out through your nose. Giving yourself some time to settle into your body. Settle into your breath. Forgetting about the morning that you've had already, or any plans for after practice. Settling into the here and the now. Deep breaths in through your nose and out. Sitting up nice and tall through the crown of your head. Shoulders are so relaxed down from your ears. Inhaling down into the belly, let that breath spiral up naturally through the chest. And then release. Deep breath in and out. With a broad focus, taking note of everything going on inside. And taking note of everything going on outside, whether it's a gentle sound, there's a plane above me going somewhere interesting, and there's a buzz of landscapers around me. But it all just kind of feels like my breath and all these sounds together just making me feel so peaceful in this moment. We'll just take 3 more breaths here. Last few, nice long deep breaths. Filling your lungs with all this new fresh air and oxygen. Exhaling toxins, negative thoughts or emotions. 1 more here. Keeping your eyes closed, we'll stretch our arms up overhead on the next in-breath. Big stretch up towards the heavens above you. And then as you exhale, we'll draw our prayer hands to heart center, slightly tucking the chin. And we'll take 1 sound of Om to start our class today. We'll prepare with a single cleansing breath. Let's take the breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Inhaling for Om. Have a wonderful class. We'll float our eyes open here and we'll start our warm-up in this seated position. Maybe folding your legs in front of you. And I think I'm going to just switch out the fold of my legs since I've been sitting there for a little while, just to kind of even out the hips. Let's take the hands onto the knees here, and we'll take an in-breath and stretch your chest up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you'll round back, chin draws into chest. Inhale, kind of dive forward and up, sliding the shoulders down. And then as you exhale, you'll curl and gently rock back. We'll get 3 more this way, starting to warm up the spine and the hips, even warming up the shoulders and the elbows a little bit, even the fingers as they hold the knees. Last cat and cow seated, and a nice curl. And we'll start to spin this around. So we'll inhale towards the right knee, then spin around forward, and then back and around. So we're continuing to take that little element of cow and cat as we stir. I like to try to pretend I'm inside a barrel, and I'd like to hit every little bit of that inside wall. So trying to get my spiral to be even. And then we will go the other direction. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you press your way back and around. You might be shifting a little from hip to hip. That's great. Warming up the hips as well. And we'll just get about 1 more this way. Good. Coming back to the middle, let's inhale and sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, come back for like a baby start of a boat. Fist comes into the hips and just lean back with a long spine. We'll try that again. Inhale, reach forward and up. And then as you exhale, pull back strong. And I'll just spin around so you can see the side view. Inhale it up. Exhale, pull back strong. So not rounding now, nice and long in the spine. We'll get 2 more. You might start to lift your feet up, just getting a little more heat this morning. Inhaling, drop and reach. Exhaling, pull back, baby start of a boat, lifting the feet a bit. And then we'll get 1 more big stretch to the sky. And then exhale, pull it back strong. Now we start to lift the feet even more. And we'll unravel them and stick them out in front. Keep your knees bent probably to start off. Nice and gentle for hamstrings, not overtaxing out the quads either. You can hold onto your thighs to help your chest get a little prouder. You can roll your ankles a bit. If you don't need to hold the thighs, you can release them and maybe roll the wrists a bit. Then we'll take 1 more moment, taking the boat that suits you early on in practice, finding the core muscles. We'll need them today. Big breath. And let it out. Grab a hold of your legs, pull the knees in a little more, and then sit up. Let's make our way to down dog now. Coming up onto the hands and the knees. Hands down on your mat, curl your toes, and start to take the hips up and back. Bending 1 knee at a time. Stretching through 1 leg a little longer, and then the other. Head is heavy and just shaking a tiny bit side to side. Let all the stress of your week just disappear down your back and absorbed by the earth. 1 more here, just pedaling it out side to side. We'll make our way into a still dog and start to really bend your knees and press the hips back. Let's spin the knees to the right and drop the heels over to the left. So you should really feel a nice stretch through the ribs. Big breath in here and out. Press evenly with both hands. And we'll spin around and do this the other way. Drop the heels, knees bent over. So everybody's feet will look a little different here. It's all about getting into the rib cage on the left side. Really press your hand down into the earth. And we'll come back to the middle. Let's bend our knees, look forward. As you exhale, try to find this beautiful plank wave for your spine. On the inhale, we'll bend the knees. Glide it back. Exhale, wave it forward. So we'll continue to keep our body ocean-like here for a few rounds. Noticing the waves sliding back out into the ocean and then rolling into the shore. Inhale, we'll slide back. Exhale, rolling onto the sands. 2 more. Slide back and roll forward. Last one. Slide back. Roll forward. Pause here in your plank. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. So I'm just kind of placing my hands in a happier spot. So you can always kind of shift your way around a bit. Last breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees and lower slowly down to the earth. Tuck your And inhale, cobra pose, shoulders down the back. Exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath and let it out. One more breath here. Good. Let's come back into high plank. Maybe you roll your way there. Couple Diablo planks to further wake up the core. We just drop the heels again, side to side. But now instead of our down dog with bent knees, just doing it in our plank pose. As you come through center, you can kind of pick the hips up a little bit more, getting a little deeper into your core. Couple more this way. And then we'll come back to the middle and press it back, down dog. Making it towards the top of the mat. Bend your knees and look forward. As you exhale, step your feet to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow it down. Head is heavy, shake it a little side to side. You can even sway your body a little side to side here. Taking in all that air. One more. Awesome. Let's come back to the middle. Inhale, half lift again. Feel the low belly support you. Exhale, bow it down. Let's rise to extended mountain. As you do so, press to the inner arches of the feet. Draw the energy up the inner thighs, up the belly. Offer that energy to the beautiful cloud-covered sky above me. And then we'll take the hands to the heart. Let's flow here. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge and knees to take it gently. Inhale, wave spine to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your way to down dog. We'll breathe in, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, ocean wave to plank. Inhale here and exhale, drop the knees and lower to the ground. Inhale, tuck chin cobra, back strength. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. We'll do that all over again. Bend your knees, look forward. On your exhale, walk or a little hop of the feet this time. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, rise. Use the inner thighs to lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, dive your way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Back to down dog we go. Waving plank, look forward, knees bend to prepare. Exhale, here we go. Wave that plank to the shore. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down, knees can drop. Take it more gently. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath. Maybe a sigh out. Let's inhale the right leg super high to the sky. Try to touch the clouds. Bend your knee, open up your hip here. One more deep breath. Inhale, kick your leg up and back. Exhale, tiger curl one, the knee draws into the chest. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, let's take it towards the right. Tricep, shoulder, elbow, wherever it can get. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, right down the middle. And then inhale, take it up. Exhale, back over to right arm. Inhale, up, up, up. Exhale, knee into the chest, and then step to your right hand. Whoo, I'm already warm. Beautiful. Let's dip the back knee down. Inhale, rise up. So we've got a long winter ahead of us. The best way to keep yourself active and outdoors throughout is to slowly get your body acclimated to this colder weather. So today's a beautiful day to be outside. Taking long, slow breaths in and out. We're going to add some twists in here. Let's inhale and stretch the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, open up and twist to the right side. Inhale, sweep up, whoa! And exhale, open up and twist. Socks change everything. Inhale up, exhale, open. One more like that. And open. Really reach through your fingers, reach through your back heel, the crown of your head. One more long breath here. And out. Flip the front hand. Reverse your twist. Kind of stay in it for a moment. Feel what's changing in the body. Where do you need to change the stabilization in your feet so you don't tilt? One more big breath. And then as you exhale, we'll make our way down to runner's twist. You're welcome to bring a block down underneath your left hand if you wish. Take a couple of breaths here. One more. We're going to make our way right into a side plank from here. So if you are on a block, you'll probably want to take your hand to the ground. You can either step your right leg directly back, keeping your hand up, or to make it easier, you can always bring your hand to the ground first. I'm going to see how I do. So rolling to the outer edge of the back foot. Right foot sneaks its way back. Always move slowly, deliberately. Beautiful. One more big breath here. Exhale, make your way back to center plank. We're lowering down either to chaturanga or the floor this time. For chaturanga, you hover. You could always take the knees down. Make sure your shoulders stay higher than your elbows. Inhale, flip your feet. Up dog now, thighs up. And exhale, take it back. Big breath. Let it go. Other legs turn. Inhale, left leg sky high. Let's open up the hip for a moment there. One more breath here. Inhale, sky high, nice and long. Exhale, knee into the chest. Inhale it up. Exhale, we're going for tricep, elbow, shoulder, wherever you can. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, curl forward, take your hips up. One more here, lift. Exhale to elbow. Inhale, take it high. Exhale, knee into the chest, pause. This time we step mindfully to the left hand and get ready to take our way back to Crescent Lunge. Fill your lungs with fresh air, fresh possibilities. Your gaze is soft. One more breath. I'm just going to move my feet. I'm on a little bump back there. All right, let's twist it out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and the arms. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, maintain the length. And exhale, twist. So we're always reaching long through the arms. Continue on your own. Use your breath to determine how fast you're moving here. One more like this. And then find your twist and stay in it. Energizing through both legs. Energizing through fingers in the top of your head. We'll flip the front palm. Inhale, reversing twist. Maybe your hand kind of reaches for the thigh. Stay here for a breath. One more big breath in. As you exhale, tilt your way forward. Make your way into your runner's twist. Block can be under the right hand to bring the ground up a little higher for you. Last few breaths here. One more. Coming into side plank, we'll roll to the outer edge of the back foot and sneak that left foot back and either stack it on top of the back foot or you can stagger it in front. Dropping the bottom knee is always there for you is another lovely modification you can take away. One more long breath both directions. Make your way back to center plank mindfully. And this time we're just going to take it back to down dog. Let's take some pressure off the wrists there by really pressing your way back, even if that means your knees are super bent, so that your shoulders are well behind the wrists. Let's make our way back up to the top of the mat here. Inhale, look forward, knees bend. Exhale, walk, or you can find that hop forward. Let's inhale halfway. Exhale, soften and fold. Take one breath here, check in, and let it go. Let's rise with breath. Press to your feet. Feel the energy rise through the very center of the body. Offer it up. And then draw the sky's energy to your heart. Hands will settle. We're going to come into some fiery chairs just to keep our body nice and warm this morning. So we'll take our way up. Arms reach up. And then sit your way back. I always take my hands forward at first to help the hips slide back. It's almost as like if I was there to kind of pull your hip creases back. That's what we're going for. And then we're going to create a flame with our hands to warm us up even more. So just like take the tips of the fingers together there. Let's reach the arms forward. And as you exhale, let's twist to the right, staying in your chair pose. Inhale forward, still staying bent. Exhale, twist. Big breath in to reach forward. Big breath out to twist. Really use that top arm to draw it over and back. Feel this twist coming through the mid-spine. And I'm already feeling warmer. It's magic. Last few. Really tune into your body and your strong, gorgeous breath. One more. Let's come back to our center chair. Maybe the hips even sit back a little further. Arms come out to the side, cactus arms here. Last two. Last one. Great. Let's come all the way up, sweep it up, offer it up. Exhale, bow all the way down. We'll stay in our fold this time. Maybe your knees start super bent. I love doing that and just letting my thighs just hold my upper body up. You can take your ragdoll arms, grab a hold of your elbows. This will just add a little weight to your upper back and just separating the bones away from each other a bit more. You can kind of shake your head out. So any tension in the neck, or maybe you slept a little funny last night, just get out all those last little kinks. I don't know if my mic can pick it up, but my neck is making some very interesting crackling sounds there. Oh, that feels so much better. One more breath. You might notice that your knees are starting to straighten out a little bit more, only if that's naturally occurring or if it feels better. Let's make our way all the way back up to stand. Rise up with a big breath in. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Finding just a very gentle back bend. We're going to take our hands like they're going into our back pockets. Start to slide shoulders down. Elbows get a little closer to each other. As you press your hips kind of down, start to lift yourself up to the sky and just take a very gentle back bend, trying to make it come more from mid back and then upper back, not jumping into the low back. Low back will stretch too, but make sure you're getting it nice and even through the spine. One more breath here. Good. Nice. Let's inhale, release that, and exhale, drop the hands. Vinyasa, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a half lift. As you exhale, walk your way back. Downward facing dog. Let's wave our plank. Inhale, look forward, prepare, knees bend. Exhale, roll onto the shore. Inhale in plank. Stay here. We're going to come on down to forearm plank. Elbows drop down. Fingers nice and wide. So see if you can do it this way. If it's not working out, interlace your fingers underneath your nose and see if that makes it a little easier. If you're someone with arm balance aspirations, keeping your hands on the floor with your arms parallel will help you get the strength needed in the upper body and the core just a little bit more, since your arms are kind of in that same position they'd be in a crow or even a flying pigeon or any of those sort of arm balances. We'll take just another breath, and I'm playing around, rocking a little forward and back on my toes. That feels great for me. And then we're going to make our way back up into high plank. one hand at a time pushes, and then take it back to down dog. We're coming to take our right leg up now. Stretch it up there. Exhale, knee into the chest. Step to your hand. Drop the back heel, and you're just going to walk your way towards the long end of your mat so that you are in a wide leg forward fold here. Take just a moment. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands settle onto the hips as you maintain this half lifted position. And then we'll make our way all the way up to standing on the next in-breath. We'll come into a goddess position today, so we'll take our toes out comfortably out towards the side and begin to bend your knees. Take a peek at the knees and the toes. You want them to face the same direction. There's a tendency sometimes to let the knees drop in. We want to keep the knees open as comfortably as you can. And if you can open the knees a little more, the toes are going to follow the knees. Let the knees decide. And from here, let's find our Gyan Mudra, thumb and forefinger meet. And let's hang out. You can close your eyes. Maybe you keep them open with a softened gaze here. Long, slow breaths will help you forget about your thighs trying to talk to you maybe after a few more breaths if they're not already. Pelvic floor is engaged to help you here too. Sometimes you can build a lot of heat just staying still. Nice work. We'll take one more breath. Nice. On your in-breath, stretch all the way up, toes forward, arms up, legs straight. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's open the arms wide for a big hug for everybody. And then as you exhale, knees bend and you'll bow your way down. We're going to try to keep the feet parallel here as we really get into the inner thighs. So bend one knee. And as you do so, try to get your hips to go back, just like we did in chair, so that this knee stays as much over the ankle as you can and it's not coming forward like that. Best that you can. And then we'll just kind of explore that on the other side. And if you need to turn your toes slightly out, that's cool. Blocks can be under your hands. So the core starts at your feet, and there's a nice fascia line that goes right up the inner thighs into the spine. So getting into the inner thighs this way can be lovely for lower back strain, pain, tiredness. So incorporating these lovely inner thigh stretches is a great thing to do for your body. We'll just get about one more there. Take a moment to pause down the middle. Knees can always be bent. And one more breath. All right, let's inhale, wave spine long. Exhale, hands onto hips. Maintain the lift in the pelvic floor. And inhale your way up. We're going to take our warriors this time, or at this time, warrior 2 on the right. Take your left toes and point them, or your right toes and point them forward. And then take the arms nice and long. So the back foot is either parallel to the back of the mat, or the toes can kind of point inward a little bit toward the upper left corner of the mat. Reach through your fingers as if you could touch the entire world if you just tried hard enough. Glue your roots into the ground and feel the energy of the earth going through the body and up to the sky. We'll take another breath here. Right palm flips. Inhale, reverse back. And exhale to extended side angle. And you can place your arm on your thigh here. If you have a block, you could always use a hand on the block instead. Either keep your arm up or maybe go for a half bind by turning the palm so that your thumb points towards your back foot, and then bend your elbow. The back of your hand presses into the small of your back, or you can even scooch it up a little bit higher towards the mid back, only if that feels okay for your shoulder. We all have varying degrees of mobility in the shoulder. See if you can get that energy nice and long through the back leg, out the crown of your head here. If you want to build a little extra heat, you can see if the arm on the leg can reach for me. Last 2 breaths. One more only. Good. Let's take our hand back down there, arm to the sky. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale, warrior 2. Just going to go right to the other side from here. Pick up your toes, pivot, and then point the left toes forward. Spread your wings, spread your energy. Nice, long, mindful breaths. Last few here. Two to go. Maybe soften the shoulders a little bit. Last one. Flip the left hand. Inhale. Big reverse. Feel that deep stretch. And then exhale, extended side angle. Trying to slide that leg a little bit more out of the hip joint. Sometimes I kind of just run my hand down the leg, and that kind of helps a bit, believe it or not. Try it for yourself. Turn your palm maybe. Bring it to the back. Try not to hunch forward rounded. If you can, unwind a bit so that you're very, very long and strong. You can gaze for your front foot, the side, or even up. And if you want a little extra core work, maybe you take the arm off the thigh and reach it forward. Make sure you can still breathe freely. If not, back off. Any joint pain, off. Head shakes out a little. Last 2. Last 1. Let's inhale and rise all the way up. And exhale, we'll relax the hands. We're coming into Malasana or garland pose, which is a deep squat for your hips. So you can just bring your hands down to the floor and start to make your way down into a deep squat here. You could sit on a couple of blocks if you need that. Some of us will look more like this, totally fine. Over time, your hips might be able to get a little lower, maybe not. Maybe you're pressing your elbows into the inner thighs and just staying here for a moment. Couple more breaths here. One more breath. Let's bring the hands down. Pivot the heels out, come back up into a fold with the feet slightly wider than hips width. Inhale halfway and take your feet out a little wider now. We'll make our way back to the top of the mat. So let's pivot the front toes forward and step it back. Downward facing dog. Didn't have to look pretty. We're here. One more breath and let it go. Let's inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop the feet to the hands. We'll inhale halfway. Exhale, fold it down. From here, take your toes out again. And we'll come back down into our Malasana Squat. Now just facing the top of the mat. So maybe you stay here. Even if it's not so comfortable yet, this is a great position for your lower back and for your hips. So you could stay here a little bit longer. If you want to try an arm balance today, I'll walk you through a crow pose just for something different. I don't think we've done that outside, at least not with me. So we'll take your hands wide, place them to the floor. And then you'll kind of walk your feet, a couple of feet, maybe like 1.5 feet or so, something like that behind your hands. Bend your knees and begin to shift your weight a little forward and get your knees up onto the upper arms or into the armpits. And maybe just practice kind of shifting the weight forward a little. So maybe this is where you stay today, just shifting the weight forward a little. Or maybe shifting the weight forward a little and looking forward, you lift up one foot, maybe you lift up the other foot. And I've got some slippery pants on today, so let's see if I can get them both up there and stay. You always want to do it slowly. Press into your hands. Gaze has to be forward. If you look down, tendency to fall down. Hold for as long as you can there. Grip the floor with your fingers. And then as you're ready, come on back down into Malasana. Beautiful job. We'll take one last breath here. Hands plant to the floor, pick your hips up, and you'll walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Big stretch for your back chain of the body here. Let it out. We balanced on the hands, now let's try it on the feet. Inhale, look forward, knees bend. Exhale, a walk or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bow it down. Maybe the head shakes out for a moment. One more breath. Inhale, rise all the way up, 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 up. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll start off with our tree pose. Feet are under hips. Find some stable ground to stand on. And you're always finding that nice center lift deep within. Grounding down into the right leg a little more strongly. Arms sweep up on an in-breath. As you exhale and take your hands to prayer at the heart, we're going to lift the left leg so that the foot comes to the inner thigh and the left knee spins out. And I'll just face you so you can see a little better. Maybe keeping it down on the inside of the shin. Or you could reach down and grab up and bring it onto the thigh. I'm going to not press my luck here with my slippery pants, and I'm just going to keep it right here today. It's helping me remember to engage my foot and my leg into each other a little more. So find that squeeze, feel that support here. Hands can stay in prayer, or you can expand your beautiful autumn tree branches in any form that your tree wants to take. You can even interlace your hands behind you, like we did in our fold. Whatever. Maybe you move the whole time, or maybe you've got a nice, still meditative tree. We'll take about another 2 breaths. One more breath. And we will let ourselves come down. And let's do the same on the other side. So find some stable ground under the left foot. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, hands draw to heart center. Start to find the lift of your low belly. And taking the right foot to the inner left leg. See if you can press a little taller into the standing foot. Maybe you grew a little bit. So I'm like barely 5 feet tall, so any extra little centimeter I can feel taller, I love. Maybe my branches start to blow in the wind, even though we don't have any wind here today. I'm making my own. It's my own world. Endless possibilities. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Let yourself come gently down. So we're going to make that a little bit more intense or not, coming into a standing figure 4 next, or if you want to do a second round of tree, practice makes better, so that's totally cool too. So if you want to go for your tree, you know where you're going. If you'd like to come into your figure 4, you will plant your feet hips width apart, breath in, arms up, and then as you exhale, we'll find that chair again. So draw the arms a little bit forward, maybe not as intense of a chair, and maybe hands to prayer at the heart. We'll mount on our right leg first, so start to bring more awareness into it, and then cross the opposite ankle over on top of your leg. And if you need your arms out to the side so you don't tilt over, totally fine. Maybe sitting a little deeper, finding a chair, but just with figure 4 legs. You could stay here, which is not easy, If you're a little more flexible in your hips and your back, you could take your hands a little slower down to the ground than I just did and bow forward. So your chest can put a little extra weight on that leg, getting deeper into the hips there. You can stay right here. You could even come into a deeper crouch down if you wanted. One more breath. All right, now here's the tricky part for me. I don't know if it's tricky for you, but we're going to try to stand up the same way. Or the reverse direction is a better way to describe it. Maybe hands back to the heart there. Ooh. Slowly unfold. Slowly stand up and plant the other foot. Okay, I'm just going to kind of shake that off. I started to get really in my head there about my balance. So I'm just going to kind of let all that go. And we'll just try the other side. Just like that. Nice and grounded, centered again. Arms stretch up. Big, big stretch. And exhale. Let's take the arms forward as you sit your way back into a chair. So it's a nice time to kind of find the stabilization in your feet. Hands of prayer. Get ready. Balancing on left leg. Right foot tries to cross. And stay wherever you need to stay. Maybe tree is a better option. Totally fine. Ooh. Crouch a little more. Maybe a bow forward. Try to get out of your head here. Nice long breaths. Get into the body. Last few breaths. And we'll try to unwind opposite direction that we got in there. We come out. So start to come out of the fold. Hands might come back to prayer. Slowly stand up and put your foot down. Shake it off. When you're done shaking yourself off there, we'll walk our way back up towards the top of the mat. Ground the feet down. Let's sweep the arms all the way up overhead and exhale. Bow all the way down to the earth. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your way back. Downward facing dog here. Hold on, one more breath. Take your knees down to the earth. Big toes touch. Let yourself take a little chillax time out here in your child's pose. Extend your arms forward. Let your forehead rest either on the mat or maybe a block. We can add a little side stretching in here by walking your hands over towards the right or the left side. Big long stretches. If you're reaching over towards the left side, you want to really reach a little bit more strongly through the right arm. One more breath. And then we will walk our way through center and stretch it out over on the other side. Let yourself feel beautiful, peaceful here. Nice, long, slow breaths. Last two breaths. And one more. Let's make our way out of child's pose. We can pop onto our backs, get a couple of stretches there, and then you will be on your way for a gorgeous day. So we'll pop our way back onto the backs. Feet to the ground. Press your way up into bridge here. We'll take 3 breaths in and out. Two more breaths. One last big breath in. Maybe you press up a little higher. And then as you exhale, gently let yourself come down. Come into any counter pose that feels right for you. So I'm going to cut this a little bit short this morning. It is starting to rain a little bit. So feel free to finish up your practice in any way that you like. We also have lots of videos on demand, both on our Facebook page and on YouTube. Might have some saved on Instagram too. I'm not sure about that. So I hope you guys had a lovely, lovely practice. And I hope to see you all again real soon. Namaste, everybody.